To my fellow Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, I want to say thank you for the opportunity you have given me to serve you. Whether in opposition or in government as your Premier, I have always understood that every MHA serves at your pleasure. I have always worked on your best interests. Tonight, I am announcing that my time in politics is coming to an end. This afternoon, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to convene a leadership process at the earliest opportunity to ensure that a full and fair race to succeed me is undertaken. As Liberal leader, I want to see a process that will draw the best and the brightest of this province into political life. And I am confident that candidates of extraordinary skill and integrity will step forward and answer the call for renewal. After more than a decade of demanding political life, including 8 years as Liberal leader, and now in my 5th year as Premier, I now know that my role is an agent of renewal. The time has come to challenge individuals of conviction and commitment to step forward. It's time for me to spend more time with my family and friends in Deer Lake and to live a more private life. After 3 successful election campaigns that captured both a majority and minority government, I cannot ask my friends and family to follow me into another campaign. As MHA, I will continue to represent my district of Humber-Gross-Morne into the next election. Now, given the minority nature of our government and therefore the uncertainty of when the next campaign will come, now is the time for me to make way for new leadership in my party and in my province. But before I do, I will continue to work every day as your Premier until a new leader is chosen. I will ensure that government continues to work in your best interests every day, even as we conduct a leadership renewal process. I will ensure that government continues the preparation for a 2020 budget for a new leader to put their imprint on. And I will continue to work with our federal partners to ensure that we have fully mitigated the costs of Muskrat Falls. This is my highest priority in the weeks ahead. And I am proud of what our team has accomplished in our years in office. In 2015, I led the Liberal Party to victory and became Newfoundland and Labrador's 13th Premier. I took on the job when our province was facing challenges that were unprecedented in our history. We have navigated through those challenges together. We set out to change the course, and we laid out a plan for a better future, a plan called The Way Forward. Early on in our mandate, we implemented full-day kindergarten, giving our children a better start in life. Our Education Action Plan is modernizing our K-12 system, laying the foundation to ensure our children are best prepared for their future aspirations. We currently have 4 schools under construction throughout the province, all to be completed next year. Since 2015, we have attracted $18 billion in investment in mining and in our offshore oil industries. We have developed and we are supporting thriving IT and knowledge-based industries. We are rejuvenating our fishery, our forestry, and our agricultural sectors. Now, collectively, these plans create thousands of jobs for Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. And for the first time in our history, we introduced a 5-year roads plan. We committed to completing the paving of the Trans-Labrador Highway. And I'm happy to say that tenders have already been called to complete this milestone for transportation in the Big Land. We have modernized the delivery of long-term care with new facilities in Cornwall, Grand Falls, Windsor, Gander, and in Botwood. The long-awaited new acute care hospital in Cornwall is under construction. Now, since joining politics, there's been one priority area that's been very close to me, an area that was in need of significant improvement. It's mental health and addiction services for Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. Now, not only have we worked together with community to shine a spotlight on mental health, but we are reducing wait lists for mental health services by 68%. And we are in the final stages to replace the Waterford Hospital. Mental health advocates around the country are watching this great progress. Our achievements have been far-reaching. Recognizing there are important issues facing seniors in our province in 2017, we appointed the province's first seniors advocate. And we are the only province in the country that established a standalone department for the status of women. And we continue to work with our community partners to improve the safety and the prevention of violence against women and girls. And we were the first government of Newfoundland and Labrador to hold annual Indigenous roundtables. And we have worked tirelessly towards improving children and care with Indigenous communities. Since 2015, there have been significant achievements delivered to this province, thanks to our relationship with the federal government. We jointly delivered a $2.5 billion Atlantic Accord agreement. And just last week, we announced our plan to mitigate the impact of Muskrat Falls on your electricity rates. Without that, your rates would have been 23 cents next year. With our mitigation plan, it will be 13.5 cents. I want to thank the federal government for their support of rate mitigation. Our plan will work. Needless to say, I could not have done this alone. We have an amazing staff, a great caucus, and a great cabinet, supported by professional and dedicated public service. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. In closing, I want to thank the residents of Humber Gross Mourne for your unwavering support. From my wife Sharon, my mother, brothers and sister, and my family and friends who have supported me every step on my political journey, I am looking forward to the next phase of my life. An opportunity to contribute to our province in other ways. And I'm also looking forward to spending more time with my daughter and granddaughter who are watching tonight. I guess Poppy will now be able to spend more time at your gymnastic classes. So in closing, let me say that I know some difficult days lie ahead for Newfoundland and Labrador, but I am reminded of the words of Winston Churchill, who said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." We Newfoundlanders and Labradorians are optimistic. We know our best days are still to come, and I will be there right beside you in the future, building and believing that we have an obligation to our children and our grandchildren to leave this land better, more promising, and more prosperous than before. Together, we are making a Newfoundland and Labrador the best place to live, to work, and to raise a family. Thank you.